Hello! Bucket. Hey guys. That sounds weird. Good evening. That sounds weird too. What's up? How are you guys doing? Alright, so today we're going to be talking about, or tonight rather, we're going to be talking about supplements. So there are macronutrients and there are micronutrients. And macronutrients are what we use to burn energy. So there are protein, and there are carbohydrates or sugars, and there are fat. And let me just first start off by saying that there, like, all these like fad diets that you think of, like, you know, Atkins and like, you know, what are the other ones, like South Beach diet, they're unhealthy, they're not okay. You should never just cut out carbs completely, because I'm pretty sure that I think it's glucose, maybe it's sucrose, I think it's glucose, that like that's the only thing that your brain uses for energy. Fats, I mean, you have to have fat in your body. You can't just completely cut out fats. It's just like, it's ridiculous. And then of course you need protein for just, I mean, building muscle and really any of the basic functions within your body. Everything that happens in your body is due to like proteins synthesizing. So you need all those things. Stop doing your stupid fad diets. You need all these things. Like, they're still important. There are many ways to derive protein. There are like meat proteins. There's whey protein, which I'm sure you've all heard of. That's derived from like dairy. There's vegan protein. Back on the subject of supplements, I have like a whole stack over here that I'm looking at. So when it comes to supplements, I would say that there's two brands. So for me, there's a newer brand, which if you are, you know, on social media at all, you already know about it. If you're not, then you will become familiar with it, and that's the PE Science brand. So PE Science, and that's a newer brand that has become very popular. I can say that I've started to like experiment with them more and use their products more, and I'm very happy with the results. So there's that brand, and then there's the OPTIMUM Nutrition brand, which is ON brand, and I'm sure that you've seen kind of like this is like their emblem right here, and like I'm sure you've seen that. Well, that's what it stands for, OPTIMUM Nutrition, right there. So those are, I think, for me, and I've used a lot of stuff, a lot of supplements, a lot of brands, and for me, that's my go-to. So PE Science has, they have their Select Protein here. This is their newest flavor, I believe. It's called the Peanut Butter Cookie, and it's awesome. Their stuff's pretty pricey, I'm not gonna lie. So PE Science is pretty pricey. You can get a lot of their stuff on Amazon a little cheaper than what you would pay on their actual website. Although there is a lot of discount codes out there for people that are cooler than me. But so the main thing you want to look for with protein is the calories to protein ratio. So it's like, oh, well, that's great, it has 30 grams of protein. Yeah, but if it's got like, you know, 250 calories because it's loaded with a bunch of sugar to make it taste better, then you don't want that. So we're looking at the macros on this. Macronutrients, right? Protein, carbohydrates, fat. So macronutrients, this is, so a serving is 1 scoop, which is normally what the serving is in all these things. And it's my cat's going crazy. So it's 120 calories for 1 serving, 1 scoop. And so it's, yeah, 24 grams of protein, which is really good. And it only has 2 grams of sugar. If it's high sugar, stay away from it. And that goes for everything, for protein bars too, and we'll get into those in a second. But yeah, so stay away from a lot of like a high sugar. It doesn't mean it's a good product. So I could say that for this, the PE Science brand. can't figure out my life with this camera. Everything's opposite. Woo, there we go. So there's that. There's the PE Science brand, and then, like I was just saying, there's the Optimum Nutrition brand, and I don't have that here actually because I haven't bought it lately because I've been using the PE Science. But you can buy that on Amazon. You can buy that on bodybuilding.com. You can buy that at Costco, which is usually what I do. You can buy like a big ass, like I think it's like a 5-pound bag or something insane like that. For like $60 and it lasts forever. And it tastes good, which is another thing. You know, does it taste like protein? I mean, most of the stuff does. The PE Science here and the Optimum Nutrition, they taste decent. Like you drink it, you do your thing with it, and you're fine with it, and that's good. So, drink your protein. When you're sitting in your house, you're chilling on your couch, and you're like, it's time to go to the gym. What are you gonna do? You're going to drink a pre-workout, which maybe you've heard of a pre-workout, maybe you have not. If you have, that's cool. If you have not, then guess what? Get on the bandwagon, because pre-workout is exactly how it sounds. It's something you drink before a workout, and it enhances what you're doing. So, again, we're going to narrow it down to 2 brands. There's 2 options for the PE Science brand. The first one is right here. It's like a stack. And when I say stack, I mean like multiple supplements, obviously. So we have the let me get this straight. We have the high volume, and we also have the ALPHAMINE. So the high volume is meant for pump. And when I say pump, I mean when you're in the gym and you're doing your workout, you're going to experience, you know, just like a bigger mass in your muscle while you're working out or at the gym, rather than when you are just, you know, existing in life. Like when you're actually like working your muscle, you're going to notice like it looks bigger or more like veiny than it does, like, you know, the next day. It's not going to look the same. So the high volume is going to produce that, and it's totally true. It's like when I take this and I like do a workout, I do like a booty workout, and like I'll literally look in the mirror and be like, my butt looks bigger than it's gonna look tomorrow. And that's okay. But it does work. It does do its thing. Oh, that's the other thing about it. It's caffeine free, stimulant free. So when you're looking at pre-workouts in any brand, there's going to be 2 options. There's going to be stimulant free, which is no caffeine essentially, and then there's going to be caffeine. This is the first pre-workout I've used that has no caffeine in it. If I was going to recommend a starter pre-workout, I would recommend C4, which is probably the most popular, talked about, used pre-workout, and it is. It's a good pre-workout. Issue with it is when you have a stimulant pre-workout, you build tolerance to it, and for someone like me who is very caffeine tolerant, I'm drinking caffeine all the time. It's a horrible thing. I'm not condoning, you know, drinking 17 bajillion milligrams of caffeine a day, but I mean, it is what it is. But so for someone who drinks a lot of caffeine in a day, it's very, very easy to build that tolerance, and then once you do, it doesn't do anything for you anymore. So that's the beauty of this one, where you are not building any tolerance, and it's doing what it's saying it's going to do, high volume, right here. And my dog just farted, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. But anyway, so if you're cool with just like the high volume and you don't have like a caffeine issue like I do, that's fine. If you do, then you're going to want to stack it with the ALPHAMINE. And the ALPHAMINE is then a stimulant that you add with it. So you put them together like in your water bottle or whatever you're using. Anyway, so you stack these together. These happen to be the same flavor. because if you're gonna like mix them together, you probably want them to be the same flavor. Once again though, like what I said before, my hang up with this brand is they're pricey. And once again, you can get them on Amazon cheaper, which is how I buy everything. But the ALPHAMINE, for instance, actually is like, there's a lot of servings in here. There's like 84 servings. Like the actual little scooper it's tiny. It's not big. But the high volume, and this is another thing to look for. Okay, so it says 36 loaded scoops. Whoa, 36 servings, man. Just kidding, no it's not. 36 loaded scoops. But a serving size is 2 scoops. Okay, great. So you're lying. You're telling me there's only 18 servings in here. That is like nothing. But I can say that if you take like a scoop and a half, like it works fine. So you can kind of stretch it out. And then you can buy like another one of just the high volume. And then like you already have the ALPHAMINE because it has more servings in it. So like it's basically like it's like a 2-to-1 ratio. So for every 2 of these, you only need for every 1 of these, you only need 2 of these. If you follow me. Keeping on my trend of brands, so the other option is the Ultimate Nutrition pre-workout. I think it's called Gold Standard, and it's a pretty solid pre-workout too. I don't have it with me. I haven't bought it in a while, but it's pretty decent. Awesome selection of flavors, which is my main like pro for Optimum Nutrition, is like the selection of flavors is awesome. Like, you know, there's like 30 flavors of everything, and that's like really awesome to have, so you don't get bored or anything. So this is the second PE Science pre-workout that came after the the high volume, and it's called Prolific. This stuff they've nailed it. Like, the thing with this is it has a stimulant in it. It does have caffeine in it. I think the main selling point for this is it has like a cognitive response to it. So it's going to give you, and this is probably one of the most important things when you're doing a workout, when you're lifting, is the mind-muscle connection. So when you're lifting, you want to make sure that you're thinking about, okay, what is the muscle that I'm working? And when you're doing the workout, or when you're doing the exercise, you think about that while you're doing it. You don't just, go through the motions, half-ass it, whatever. If you're half-assing something, like, it's not going to do anything. If you're having issues that day, or just in general with life, because I get it, you could take this and it's solid. Like, it's going to get you there. It's going to give you, like, the little bit of, like, energy boost at the end of the day. It's going to, like, really, like, get in your head and, like, just make you, perform all the motions within your workout correctly. Just make you feel better. And this isn't a must, but it's something that I've more recently added to my supplement routine before I go to the gym, and that is creatine. So creatine, if you guys don't know the science behind it, creatine is something that you produce naturally in your body, but creatine is something that your muscles produce naturally when you're engaging in physical activity. So there is an actual process for how your body metabolizes while it's so there's the quick burst of energy that your body produces, and you use a different sort of metabolism and endurance, and everything is different as opposed to prolonged activity. So if you're running a marathon, for instance. So creatine is something that your body uses in that short burst of action, and it's gone pretty quickly. So keeping that in mind, you could actually supplement that like everything else. So once again, we're looking at Optimum Nutrition here, and this is super cheap on Amazon. I get this for I think it's 10 or 15 bucks, and it's 114 servings. So I'll just throw this in with whatever I'm taking, and it can't hurt. I think the only issue with this, and I'll be totally honest with you, is it has been known to cause kidney stones and stuff, so you need to be hydrated. However, you should always be hydrated. So, you know, I'm talking about all these supplements, but I think the number one supplement you can have is water. You know, drink water throughout the day, drink water for, like, you know, every day, all day. And my very last suggestion is amino acids. So, what are amino acids, right? So, amino acids, there are, I think there's 21. Don't quote me on it. There's 21, and I believe there is, I think, 11. You know what? I'm just gonna look this up. Okay, let's see what the Google says. Okay, so there's 21 amino acids. There's too much science in this article. I'm like, I'm not trying to get that in depth. Yes, okay. So there's 9 essential amino acids. Essential meaning that you need to consume them through a food. And then there is, if there's 21, I think there's 12. I can do math. So if there's 9 essential and 12 non-essential, and I could be wrong here, but this is just what I'm reading right here, so whatever. But you get the general idea. So there's 21 amino acids. There are 9 essential, meaning you need to derive them from food sources. There's 12 non-essential, meaning that your body can break down things within you to create the amino acids that it needs. So amino acids, specifically what are those? They are protein. So, like I was saying before, protein, you need to conduct specific processes within the body. Your genetic code, your DNA, uses amino acids to relay the information to create different things that happen in your body. So there are certain amino acids that actually have been proven to they're the amino acids that your body needs to repair muscle. All amino acid supplements have them. Once again, we're looking at optimum nutrition. My thing with this amino energy is, of course, it has caffeine in it. Amino energy, duh. You could buy a lot of amino blends that don't have stimulants in them. Another really popular brand is the Extend brand, and they have a lot of flavors too. And that was my thing with this too, is there's seriously 20 flavors of this, and I think I've tried every flavor, but I think my go-to flavor with any supplement is grape. It just always tastes good to me. This is the orange, and it was the first time that I had tried the orange, and I actually like it. But yeah, so this, okay, so usually my process is what I'll do is I'll, Sean and I'll be chilling at home. They'll be like, okay, we're gonna go to the gym. So I'll mix up one of my pre-workouts with the creatine, like I was mentioning, and I'll drink it before the gym, in the car, We'll get to the gym. I get in the locker room, and then I take this out of my gym bag, because it's one of my go-to things in my gym bag, and I'll make a video about that too, what's in my gym bag. But so I'll put this in, and then I'll mix it with the water, and this is what I drink while I'm doing my workout. I'm pretty sure you can drink it before your workout. You could also drink it after your workout, and because this has energy caffeine elements in it, you could probably drink it whenever you wanted. It can't hurt you. But I would probably recommend drinking it during or after your workout. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Excuse me. Also excuse my hair. I know you guys are jealous of my hair. You're like, you know what? I wish my hair could be like that. But you're not cool like that. So your hair can't be like that. I'll be right back. So, the general rule is that you need to have a gram of protein for every pound of body weight. So, which is easy. So I weigh 135 on a very good day. I weigh 135. So my protein intake on any given day is 120 to 150. Give or take, it fluctuates, but it averages probably 130. Alright, so continuing on with our protein discussion, okay? Because that is kind of a hard protein figure to accomplish, like I was saying, my 120 to 150, there are many ways to gather that besides food. So the other way is protein bars, which I mean everyone's heard of. So once again, I was saying with the protein powder, the whey protein, you need to look at kind of the macros in the sense of, you know, what are the ratios of sugar to protein and fat to protein. And what you're going to find is with a lot of bars is there's so much sugar in them but not enough protein. So there are 3 brands I want to mention. I only have 2 here because I actually need to go to Costco and buy the protein bars. Like I just ran out of them. But so there's the Costco brand. It's like it comes in like I want to say it's 20 pack, but it might be a 15 pack. But it has the cookie dough flavor and like the double chocolate brownie flavor, whatever. But they taste super good, and they're only like, I think they're 200 calories or around there, like 190, 200. And they have 20 grams of protein, which is super awesome. Like super awesome. Like minimum sugar, great protein. And they taste good, which is always a main concern, right? So there's that brand. Then there is the Power Crunch brand, which I'm sure many of you have heard of. My very favorite flavor is the chocolate mint, but like my local grocery store, like they sell them, but they only have like 3 flavors, and of those 3 flavors, I like this peanut butter fudge. It's the best one. So that's the one I buy, and I just like, you know, I just eat it every day. I eat it with lunch or whatever, and the best thing about it is like it's like dessert. It kind of reminds me of like the little Debbie ones where it has like the little like wafers with like the peanut butter in between. Like that's what it reminds me of. And you get 13 grams of protein and yeah, 200 grams. So like this one's a little lower than like the one I was just mentioning from Costco. But it also tastes, like I said, like dessert. So it's a good like midday thing to have with your lunch or whatnot. And yeah. And then the third brand I want to mention is this Pure Protein brand. Moving on to micronutrients, I suppose. So there are a handful of things that I take. Nothing too complicated, but I'm going to go through it anyway. So probably the most important to me is just like a basic multivitamin. There are several versions of these you can buy in any grocery store you go to. But I've found, and you can't buy them in a grocery store from what I've seen. You can buy them on bodybuilding.com, or you can buy them on Amazon. Woo, Amazon. But once again, they're the OPTIMUM nutrition brand right here. And there's the OPTI-WOMEN, and there's OPTIMUM. And Sean uses that one, which are more tailored with, you know, the various, you know, elements that they have in them to men and women, based on dietary needs and blah 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 blah, biological needs, blah blah blah. But so I use this one. I've been using it for probably like a year at least now, and like I can't imagine not using it. It's got so many good things in it. It's very, very solid. The issue with multivitamins, I don't know if they're all like this, but I'm pretty sure that they all are, because it's just like they're so potent and they just like hit your system like immediately, is you need to eat these with food. They'll make you feel nauseous. So I've taken these on empty stomach, or like with a semi-empty stomach where like I ate like a small meal, and like I had like too large of a span of time in between that, and like I remember there was one specific time where I legit threw up. Like I won't lie to you. I was like brushing my teeth like in the bathroom, and I was like, I'm gonna throw up. So eat these with food. That's all I can say. So my next one, I wouldn't have probably ever tried this on my own, but one of my friends told me that I should try it because I've always had, I have like issues with like muscle cramping and like Charlie horses and stuff. And she was like, you know, I had issues with that too. You should probably take some magnesium. So I'm like, okay. So I bought this. And I just bought this on Amazon because Amazon, I've probably said Amazon 50 times already. So I bought this. And usually these particular ones come like a 2-pack. And like, I think they're like $15 and they last forever. And I have noticed a significant difference in my cramping. And then also on a daily basis, I take collagen, which is the brand that I take, and like it's a very popular brand, and you will find it on Amazon, of course. Collagen is good for your skin and like your tendons and like kind of like tissues within your body. For me, the main difference that I've noticed is healing with like my skin. So, you know, I get like a zit on my face and like, you know, it just heals quicker. And I've also noticed a difference in like my joints and whatnot, just like how they feel. They just feel like less, you know, painful or less irritable. And I guess that's it. Oh, nope, I lied. There's one more thing. Okay, so this is also very sciencey. It goes back to the amino acids I was talking about. So L-carnitine right here is like a very specific amino acid, and there has been research proven that what it does in the body is it makes the body preferentially use fat to... It preferentially uses fat for energy. So this particular brand is, it's a liquid brand, which keep in mind that with any supplement, liquid versions, they absorb into your body a little quicker. So this is a liquid version of L-carnitine, and it's super concentrated. So I'll just like in the morning, literally, like I'll get up, you know, I pull my cell phone off the charger, you know, after I've hit snooze like 3 times. And I get up, I go into the kitchen, I'll grab this and just go, and I'll just put some in my mouth and I'll swallow it, and that sounded dirty. And yeah, so they recommend that you take it with an empty stomach, probably because your body will absorb it better. So yeah, so if you guys have any questions, just, you know, just comment, just let me know, you know. You have to give feedback. Like, communication is key, right? So, yeah. So I hope this helped you, and if it didn't, tell me why. So, I hope you guys have a lovely day for whatever you're doing, and I'll see you soon, and have a good day.